Hi, this is Bob Johnson from Bob Johnson's Computer Stuff, and welcome back this week. This week, I'm going to do a simple walkthrough of the fully rugged Panasonic Toughbook CF-19 laptop. This is the laptop. It's used by ambulance services, EMS, that type, and fire departments. Every once in a while, we get a police department that likes to use them. Another great user on this model is auto mechanics, and I'll go over that a little bit later as to why auto mechanics might be using this laptop. Those are the top users. Today we're just going to talk about what I feel are the positives and negatives of this unit. So I'll start out with some positives. The CF-19 is a workhorse. It's been out for many, many years. They're on their 8th generation. They just recently came out with the CF-20 to replace the CF-19. And so this is a tried, true model in itself. It's a workhorse. So some of the things I like about this unit. Well, one of the things I like about this unit is it is fully rugged. I mean, we can drop this thing, we can pour some water on it. If you look here, the screen will have a rubber gasket around it that keeps water out. The keyboard, if you look at the keyboard, this is not even a rubber keyboard, but underneath this keyboard is a fully metal plate that is sealed. Even the cable going into the system board has a rubber seal around it, so no water can get to the system board. All the doors have rubber around that, so it gives you a nice watertight seal. So that's one of the reasons I like this. Another reason I like this is for the convertibility of it. If you take a look, this laptop turns into a tablet. Now keep in mind it's still the same weight, but now I can use it like a tablet. It will follow me. There's sensing as to how I'm holding it. And then we have the buttons in the front that you can get the keyboard to pop up, the keyboard on the screen to pop up. You can do different things with the laptop closed like this. It comes with a stylus so that you can use that. You can also just use your finger, and I find myself just using my finger. That's another reason I like this laptop. Now, what I don't like about it is to have to push this release button every time I want to spin it around. But I guess that's kind of the rugged part of this laptop. Another reason I like this laptop is because this particular model is the 6th generation CF-19, which means it has a 6,000 nit daylight readable screen. So we can be in the middle of the day with the sun behind us, and I'm going to be able to see what's on this screen. Well, how do they get to a 6,000 nit screen? Well, the brighter the screen in the daylight, the better you can read it. What they've done is put reflective material behind the LCD so that when the light hits your screen, it bounces off that reflector and comes back through the LCD, giving you even a brighter screen. So you'll be able to read the words that are on the screen even in the middle of the day. So I think that's one of the top reasons I like this unit. Easy to read in the daylight. Let's talk a little bit about the negatives on the CF-19. And I guess they're only negatives if you're not used to rugged laptops. Some people would see them as positives just for the fact that it's rugged. Keyboard. It's a small laptop. The keyboard is even small. It is way smaller than your standard keyboard. So if you're expecting to touch type on this with fat fingers like I have, you're going to have a hard time. This is not a touch type keyboard that you want to use. Yes, you can plug in an external keyboard without a problem, but if you're out in the field using the keyboard, expect to do a lot of chicken pecking on this keyboard. At least that's what I would do. So another thing I don't like about this laptop is the latch. This latch although looks cool. If you look here, you've got to pull this up and then you pull it down. So to open this laptop, it requires 2 fingers and you're pushing this latch back so you can open it up. I don't know, they could have come up with a better design, I think, on the latch that holds the screen down on this model. I'm not sure. But it does keep the screen down. I gotta admit, these don't break. These latches don't break, and it holds that screen down pretty well. The other side of the coin now, again, this is a plus or minus, depending on how you look at it, it is a fully ruggedized unit, is the weight. Even though it's a 12-inch screen, this thing is got to be 6 to 7 pounds just sitting here. So holding it with one hand can get pretty tiring pretty quickly. But I have a feeling that's based on the fact that it has a full-size battery and a full-size hard drive in there, which adds to the weight. I mean, later on when it came out with the CF-20, that hard drive became one of those SSD M cards that they use for hard drives now, as well as it's using better technology in their battery, so the battery is thinner and lighter weight. So you get a much lighter weight on the newest version of this line of laptops. Another thing that I like about this laptop is these doors. I know I talked about them before, how watertight they are. This happens to be the hard drive Caddy. I love the way the hard drive pulls right out. We can change out Caddies if we want to have different operating systems, that sort of thing. You can have 2 different Caddies with 2 different hard drives, and you can easily pop them in and out based on what you wanted to do. Now, of course, the laptop has to be off when you do that, but certainly if you were running Windows 10 on one piece of software, and if you were an auto mechanic and you needed another program, but it had to run on Windows 7, you could pop the Windows 10 hard drive out and put a Windows 7 hard drive in, and you would be up and running within 10 minutes. Speaking of auto mechanics, this unit does still include the 9-pin serial port, which, if you notice on any new laptops other than Panasonic's, very rare do you see this 9-pin port any longer. That is legacy, and I know auto mechanics use that all the time. It has a SVGA port and, of course, some USB ports. Now, it only has one 3.0 USB, then it has 2 2.0 USB ports. And then this right here is where your SIM card goes for your broadband, if that's one of the things that you have as an upgrade option. The CF-19 is very upgradable, so you're able to add a broadband card. You're able to add GPS. This particular unit has GPS. Here's the GPS antenna on this unit. You can also add a webcam. You can get these with webcams. Now, if you get the webcam, just be aware it eats up one of your memory slots and maxes out your memory to 8 gig. But you can get this with the webcam. I guess that would be a negative to some folks if you could only have 8 gig and a webcam. Other than that, the max memory on this particular unit is 16 gigs. I hope in the future models they come out where you can put 32 gig in there. It's always better to have more memory. Other upgrade options can be a fingerprint reader, smart card reader. There's all kinds of cool options you can add to this unit. And the nice thing is it's an upgrade module. So if you don't need it, you don't go to the expense of having it. So those are kind of the things about the CF-19 that I like and I don't like. I'm sure you have a different opinion, and I want you to put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, hit that like button right below it. And if you'd like to see or if you'd like to be notified whenever we come out with more videos, hit that bell right below the video. We'd love to notify you. So I'm Bob Johnson. This is Bob Johnson's Computer Stuff. Hope to see you next week, and thanks for watching us this week.